There's one right there. There's a bite. There's one. What's up, everybody? Derek here, and today on a hot day we are down at the pond and we are going to see if we can't go out here and go fishing for some bass. So I wanted to show y'all how I fish a Texas rig on a pond. So I got my hook and my bullet sinker here, and I just wanted to show you that real quick. It's a 3/0 extra wide gap hook, which is perfect for the size of lure that we're going to be using on this smaller pond. And then I got a 3/8 ounce just bullet sinker, nothing special. And then I've got a Yum craw, just a little creature craw, but it's got a little hollow pocket in here, so it really stands up really well, and it wants to stand up just like that with the pinchers up. So we're going to be fishing with this, and if we run out of these, we're going to go over to a baby brush hog, but first we got to catch some bass. But how I'm going to rig that, I just basically take it up through there about a 1/4 inch, run it up there and turn it right as soon as it gets at that little turn, so that'll be our keeper to where it'll stay up there. Figure out where it's going to come out. So we got it straight right there, so you just bend it where you put your thumb, go straight through, and then what I do is I just pop it back through so it's weedless. This pond doesn't have a lot of trees or cover, or it has a little bit of grass, but it's basically a mud bottom. And the reason I'm going with this little craw is because I want to go with a little bit smaller of the forage that may be in here, and the water's just a slightly stained, so that purple will probably help a lot with that little bit of silver flake in it. But let's get out here and go fishing. We're just going to get it on out there, and then all you want to do is let it fall to the bottom. If you've ever fished a jig, it's very similar. You've got a drag and you got a hopping technique. So you can basically drag it along about 2 to 3 foot sweeps with your rod, or you can reel up the slack and give it a little pop. Reel up the slack, give it a little pop. And with that plastic down there, as it's doing it, it's swimming, and then that weight hits and that thing flares up because of the kind of plastic it is. I know what it's doing down there. It's got those craws, those claws are just kind of sitting up in an upward position, kind of like it's defending itself. So you can either do either one, just kind of sweep it or pop it, or even a combination of both. And most of the time I'm going to go shallow, which I think is shallow up here, and the deeper section is over there. So I'm going to fish all of this shallow stuff and then move over to find out where the bass are and try to start patterning them. There's one. Something. Oh yeah. Little guy. He sucked it in. Nice. Good looking fish. Thanks, bud. There's a bite. Out there in the... Oh, he came off. I'm just dragging it, just slow dragging it. Just kind of not even realizing how slow I'm dragging it. It's just kind of, or else it'll drive me crazy. I'm more of a power fisherman, but I love the Texas rig when the bite's on. There's a bite right there. Oh yeah. Just dragging it slow. Dragging it slow and then letting it set. Ah, let go of it, bud. There you go. Good looking little fish. So now we're starting to find them. They're kind of in this one little spot right over here. We fished this whole section over here and really didn't come across them. And now that we're throwing out here, I can feel little drop-offs and little ridges down through here. So I think it's hopping up and over those little ridges, and those bass are just kind of grabbing it. That's a good thing about using a Texas rig. You can kind of use it as a depth finder in a way. Figure out what you're actually fishing out there, what the bottom's made up of. Whether it's rock or mud. And as I said, I can kind of feel those ridges, those little drop-offs, as I'm bringing that lure up to them and then bringing them up on top of them. There's one right there. Came up and hammered it right up there by the bank. Nice. So we're not moving and we're just starting to catch them right in this one little spot. Dang, you got that hook good, bud. A little bit better bass, not that much bigger, but man, look how skinny. Skinny little guy. If I hold it out here, I'm just kind of sweeping 2 to 3 feet, reeling up my slack, letting it sit there. Sweeping it, reeling up my slack. That's it. Pretty simple. Or at least that's the method I'm using right now. I could be giving it little pops, but I'm not deciding to. I can give it little pops when I'm bringing it over rock or over wood, or if it gets a little bit hung up onto something, I give it a little hop, maybe get a reaction strike out of a fish. But in this case, it's just the drag. I mean, they are just loaded up right here. Oh, and he came off. All right, I'm gonna make the profile of this brush hog just a little bit smaller. So what you can do is you can clip off the back, and then these pinchers basically slit them just like that, and it will make it a lot smaller profile bait. And these will actually flap just a little bit more, and they'll have a little bit more action out of them doing it that way. Nope, caught up to that one. Oh, is he running? Oh, I had one. There was one right there. Picked it up. That was cool. Stop it. Stop it. Man. Thanks, bud. Dang, I missed one. Did I get him? I still got him? Is he running? Oh! Got him. Yeah, see? I mean, they're fun to catch, but they are the same size fish over and over. They look identical, every one of them. Thanks, bud. Wow, it got hot out here, but I had a ton of fun out here fishing, and hopefully showing you guys how to fish a Texas rig on a pond. Those fish were coming up and just nailing it. They were actually surprising me how slow I was having to fish the bait, but when they were hitting it with aggression. I was really having to catch up to them just to get that hook set and catch up to them so I wasn't losing the hook out of their mouth if I didn't have them. But they were definitely hitting it hard. We didn't get a lot of big ones. They're basically all about the same size, but it was cool catching some fish, and seeing how they reacted on that Texas rig. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for watching, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.